You might think Crystal PvP is an insanely hard game mode to master, but that was only a few years ago. Getting Elytra 3 in Crystal PvP is more easier than ever, and this is the only guide you need to watch of how to get Elytra 3 in Crystal PvP. You might think, if getting Elytra 3 in Crystal PvP is easy, why should I take advice from a random Elytra 3? This advice isn't only come from me, it's come from the most known high tier 3s and tier 2s in the community. And since the only good Crystal PvP guide was uploaded 2 years ago, I think we're way overdue and I need to teach the community of how to get Elytra 3. I'll be working my way up for beginner level tips all the way up to more intermediate level tips. If you're a beginner at Crystal PvP or already a Elytra 3, you can still learn something from this video, so make sure to watch it all the way through. Without further ado and enough yapping, here are the beginner level tips ranging from the tier 5s and the low tier 4s. The first tip in this category for the lower tier players that annoys me a lot is they always use the default number keybinds and their scroll rule. Change your keybinds, please. That's the best thing you can do for beginning at Crystal PvP. That's the first thing you should actually do. This video isn't a keybinds guide, but here are mine right here. And to find your perfect keybinds for since you're a lower tier player, watch these videos on screen and they will be linked in the description below. The next tip I want to talk about is to the lower tier and mid tier players, which is Dtaps and anchors. Dtaps and anchors might look extremely hard for the lower tier players, and trust me, it's much easier than what you think. When Dtapping, it's always best to put your obsidian to the left or right side to make it unpredictable, and to make it even more unpredictable, it's always best to strafe if your keybinds allow it. The reason why I say if your keybinds allow it, because it can vary with some people's keybinds, because it can feel kind of awkward strafing around while pressing multiple keybinds at the same time. And the reason why strafing is important because in Crystal PvP, most people stand completely still while toteming, and if you move around, you'll throw off your opponent's aim and they can make it harder for them to anchor spam you or detap you. The best way to get good at detapping is if you have a double clicking mouse. When clicking your mouse in a certain way, it registers as if you click it 2 times, and you can do that while placing your obsidian and end crystals while actually clicking your mouse once, making it register as a double click. Most modern gaming mouse have the ability to double click, so it's always good to check your mouse's software for debounce time so you can put it to the lowest amount so you can double click easier and faster. Now onto the anchors. Ledge dashing. Ledge dashing is something that you're probably doing without realizing. It's where you place an anchor and you pearl underneath the anchor to get into the hole so you can crystal the player above you. But I see a lot of players messing this up and place the crystal on the same level where you're at, potentially killing yourself and ending the fight quickly. So it's always good to pearl directly under the anchor so you can be on the lowest ground and you can do the most damage with your crystals. Another technique to use anchors is when a player aggroes towards you and you use an anchor to counter their pearl. But I see a lot of players anchoring right in front of them and that can potentially ghost the anchor, stunning you, and they can get a detap on you. So always remember to anchor to the left or right because that'll stun the player that's pearling towards you, and you can ledge dash and instantly kill them with a detap in the hole. Another thing to use anchors for is if when a player is shielding in the fight and you don't have an axe to disable their shield, always remember to try to anchor behind them because they cannot counter that quickly. And remember one thing too, anchors are huge with keybinds. If you have great keybinds, you can anchor instantly fast. This is going to be it for the more easy stuff. The next tips I'm going to show is for the higher tier players. But if you're a low tier player, keep watching because you can still learn something important from this. Now on to Elytra tips. The Elytra is mainly used to aggro a player or run away from a fight. So here are some ways you can use the Elytra in a fight. But the first thing is you need to know where to place your Elytra in your inventory so it could be extremely optimal. Elytra is mainly used in Drain. If that's the case, you should always put your Elytra above the anchors in your hotbar. And if you're using Elytra, always swap your anchors out with your Elytra. And if you're using your Elytra in Evo, always keep it at the top left or top right of your kit. The most popular technique in Elytra is called skating. Is where you unequip and equip your chestplate while using one rocket flying around unpredictably. It's usually best to stay 1 to 2 blocks above the ground so you don't be above any end crystals that could potentially pop or kill you. The Elytra is best to be used with an invisibility potion because the player cannot see your name tag and you're more random and unpredictable to attack them. The best way to protect yourself from an Elytra is to dig a 1 block hole and place 2 end crystals on both sides while shielding. The next part I'm about to talk about is about texture packs and mods. Even though I already made a video about both of them, I'll still give you the basics. For your texture pack, the main thing is you want a low fire texture and a small totem pop texture. Now on my Discord store, I have a variety of texture packs you can choose from, link in the description below if you want to download any of my packs there. And now on to mods. The mods you should have is the most blatant one, Marlow's Crystal Optimizer. Most Crystal PvPers have this, and there's one mod that I don't see not too many people having is Wolski's Anchor Optimizer. And no, it's not the Wolski Crystal Optimizer of anchors. This mod is allowed on MC tiers and it doesn't give an unfair advantage, so feel free to use it on your tier list. If you want a full in-depth guide on how to make the perfect PvP mods folder, click the video link in the description below that I made. It's one of my best videos and you could probably benefit from it. Now I'll be moving on to another category, which is miscellaneous tips. These tips are subtle things that can help you improve over time in Crystal PvP. The first tip is, don't be afraid to play annoying during your tier test. Try to survive as long as possible and please play smart. I know you're probably nervous during your tier test and it's always good to play annoying so you can survive and try to kill your tester as much as possible to pass your eval. But there's one thing to note, if you do get killed by your tester, they can probably give you a bad tier just because you didn't pass your eval and they don't like how your playstyle is. The second tip is always use shield when you're low on totems. I see a lot of players not do this and they actually play more aggressive when they're low on totems, but that's not the case because you can potentially drain yourself or ending the fight quickly. So always play smart and use your shield and your brain too. The third tip is, when someone is shielding at the beginning of a fight or just shielding a flat land in general, pour towards them with your axe out and double click their shield, because that'll send them into a stun, disabling their shield too, and you can get a Dtap if you're fast enough. So that's pretty much it for this category and this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe because it helps me out a ton. And thank you for making it this far all the way through the video because I need the watch time to get monetized. If you guys enjoy my videos, remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on another live stream short or video. And remember to join my Discord below if you want to ask me any questions or just want to chat to my community. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.